Hi there! My name is Fernando Espinosa, and this is my Wise reel using the Wise adventure game. After play all the game and choose what areas I wanted to focus my project, the first thing I did was profiling the game to know exactly what sounds were needed and make a detailed asset list to help me to get my work cleaned and organized. I got to the conclusion that my intended aesthetic for the project was to maintain the charismatic cartoon style, but achieving a sound with plenty of detail, character and weight that stands out from the low level of detail in the graphics. My goals for the project were to cover as many techniques as possible within my skills, to avoid mostly the use of library sounds. With all this gear, I have been able to gather most of the necessary sounds, such as footsteps, impacts, organic sounds, pushes, and even my own voice for the vocalizations of different enemies. For ambiances, magical elements and explosions, I have made use of both recording, synthesis and sampling. Sometimes even sampling my own recordings or using parameter automations inside the DAW. After tweaking the synths, I generally render it into audio to take more control or use time stretching to sculpt the sounds. For the voice of the adventuress, I had the good help of my friend Fede Cannavale. In a remote recording session, she recorded with her own home setup. Given the less than ideal acoustics of the room, I had to make use of audio restoration to achieve a dry and direct sound using different processes within Isotope X. Here are some highlights of what I have done in Wise. In some cases, I made complex multi-layer designs using blend containers with different start delay settings per object at random container to sequence each sound in Wise. This method provides a ton of variations that, coupled with the properties randomization, gives us a scenario where the resulting sound is never essentially the same as the previous one. Sounds for all the weapons in the game were made, focusing only in the enemies and materials present in my chosen areas. For the weapon impacts, the triggered sounds change according to different switches. For the weapon swings, I used the Soundseed Goose plugin. I made custom curves according to my weapon designs. As every action-adventure game, the player needs to know about the health level of the main character at every moment. In the Wise adventure game, the only reference to this health level is an audited feedback simulating a heartbeat. But I really wanted to provide more immersion when playing the game, so I decided to include an original and custom design that increased the feedback to the player. I created a new custom auxiliary bass and included some low-pass filtering and pitch down and voice distortion effects to the different basses, all driven by RTCPs responding to the player's health parameter. The Wise adventure game have a bug that prevents the death event to being called. To solve this, I managed to use an unusual alternative workaround. In the original design, a music segment is always present when the adventuress dies, so I went to the interactive music hierarchy and fed this music segment with 3 custom music tracks. I hope you have enjoyed the reel. If you want to know more, please reach out. Thanks for listening.